Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Uh, Today I'll be talking about Skogul the Wind Giant. As a disclaimer, I normally play boring teams in Guild War and Guild Siege. This means like using copper, bulldozer teams, or generally teams that have a very high win percentage and are very safe. Okay, so when I use Skogul, it means that I'm using some sort of a fun combination or composition. Okay, when using Skogul, this means that you will be fighting the enemy for at least a couple of turns, especially if Skogul is your only damage dealer. Okay, the fight will be longer if the enemy has a sustain like healing and shields. This means that you need to have a cohesive team to survive the enemy attacks while Skogul slowly whittles your enemy's HP. Okay, so I'll show you my Skogul. Pardon the roosters if you hear them. Okay, so here's my Skogul. Here he's the Wind Giant. Okay, let's look at his skills. His first skill is called Iron Throw, and it has an attack bar reduction effect. Um, generally, when you play with Skogul, you would not want to ever use this skill because you would just want to use his skill 2 over and over. Okay, so his skill 2 is his bread and butter skill. This is called Atlas Stone. Okay, Atlas Stone, basically what this does is he throws what he's carrying around, this rock, in the air. Okay, and then when you throw it in the air, the next turn that he has, it will do damage based on your max HP on all of your opponents. Okay, so this skill actually spreads the damage on all of your opponents. So the more monsters that are alive on your enemy team, the lesser damage that they take. Okay, so you would want to have Skogul to have a lot of hit points, HP, and for example, damage here, if your Skogul has around 45,000 HP, then and you have 3 enemies still standing, then you'll be doing around 15 k damage each. Okay, so what's the fun part in this? Okay, the fun part is that it actually ignores elemental advantage. So even if you have 3 fire monsters, it will still do the same amount of damage to all of them. And also with this skill, you can glance. Okay, so enemy passive skills like damage reduction, for example, from the Wind Monkey, they still apply. And Atlas Stone does not actually ignore defense and shield. So if your enemy has a lot of defense or he has shields, then the damage will go through those effects. Okay, the calculation of those effects. Okay, this skill has initially a 6-turn cooldown, and when you max it out, it will be a 4-turn cooldown. Okay, so his last skill, this is a passive. It's called Weight of Survival. Okay, so you can counterattack or attack together with other allies while the weapon is not in your hand, but your defense will be increased by 50%. It also decreases the cooldown time when you're attacked. Okay, so this passive skill makes Skogul very tanky because of the 50% additional 50% defense, and also for the fact that you have created him or you have built him to have lots of HP. Okay, so this passive will actually just take effect once you use the skill 2. If you were not able to use skill 2, then this passive will not kick in yet. Okay, so you need to make sure that you use the second skill for this to take effect. Okay, so it is best to take advantage fully of this passive in order to reduce the cooldown of your Atlas Stone. Okay, so like what I've shown on max skill ups, the Atlas Stone will have a 4-turn cooldown. So that's still a lot of time, right? When you're fighting in Guild War or Guild Siege. But because of this passive, it actually you can actually make Skogul have the cooldown, or he can use the stone each time he throws it. So for example, he throws it on the first turn. It comes down on the second turn. You can if he gets hit, okay, if he gets hit a lot during that time in between, then you'll be able to use the stone again. So your damage will be like every other turn, and you don't need to use skill 1 anymore. Okay. So when building a team with Skogul, you'd want to have him. You would want to have to get hit as often as possible. Okay. So the Atlas Stone will have a shorter cooldown. An example would be, for example, you're fighting a team with a good defense with, for example, water, wind, and fire element. So they have different elements, right? But against this team, you can probably use Skogul with 2 fire units. So what does this mean? It means that with 2 fire units and Skogul, the enemy fire and enemy wind monsters will always attack him. So it will have your chances of Atlas Stone decrease cooldown higher. Okay. Also, you can also put Skogul against teams that have lots of AOE, area of effect damages, so that he will always get hit, and when the stone is not in his hand, then it will reduce the cooldown of Atlas Stone. Okay. So for this video, I'll be showing a couple of Guild War and Guild Siege fights with different monsters with Skogul. Actually, I'm still exploring. He's a really fun unit to use. So I'm still exploring which other units that I can use him with. So please let me know if you're actually using Skogul right now, or if you have any ideas on what can be used with him. Okay. Please let me know in the comment section below. Okay. So I'll just show quickly his runes. I have runed him Vampire Will on HP, HP, HP. Okay. Let's show quickly the rules. So you'd want to have him with lots of HP. Make sure that all of the 1, 3, 5 slots have HP subs on them. Okay. Just quickly go through these. Okay. And for this Skogul, I think he's decently runed with around 45,000 K HP, and with the bonuses from the flags, arena flags and guild war flags, and I think he comes close to around 50k HP probably. Okay, so I think as I remember, that my Skogul does around 48 to 49k damage on Guild War and Guild Siege. Okay, so but if you really want to have him very tanky, or lots of HP, then you can probably rune him with 3 energy runes, 3 sets of energy runes, right? So that you have additional 45% hit points. Okay. So my logic when I runed him Vampire Will is that he will have some sustain, meaning when he does damage, then it will heal him up, and as well as for the will, I used Will because I would want to have him use the Atlas Stone. Make sure to have it used on the first turn. Okay, so actually you can use him with other units that provide additional turn or fill up the attack bar, like Rakuni, Konamiya, Tion, etc. So you can use him with those units, so that, for example, if you use Atlas Stone on the first turn and the other units already they move because they're faster, right? So for example, Konamiya and Rakuni with Skogul, then Konamiya moves, Rakuni moves, and then Skogul moves. You throw the rock in the air, then Konami moves again, then you can research him, and then automatically the stone will drop. Okay, so yeah, that's it. I'll be showing a couple of recorded fights from my Guild War and Guild Siege battles. So if you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye for now and enjoy.